My name is Harun Hassan, and I'm one of the group leaders who will be with this group, inshallah. And we also have Sister Rahima, who is a group facilitator. If you can just hop on and just quickly introduce yourself, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Yes, everyone, my name is Rahima. If that's hard for you to remember, I know it can be. I also go by RJ. I'll be with you throughout the trip to make sure everything is running smoothly. If you have any questions, anything like that, you can come to me, inshallah. I'm looking super forward to meeting everyone and to having a great trip together, inshallah.
Inshallah. All right, thank you. So I want to just go over all the dates for the trips and what we're doing on what day, and just go in some detail so everyone has an understanding for the trip. So we are leaving on the 13th of April, inshallah, which is this upcoming Wednesday. There are no PCR or antigen tests required for this flight. So all you need to do, inshallah, is come to JFK Airport. We would like you to be there 10 a.m. just in case there is any complication. Me and Sister Rahima will be there available to, inshallah, do a quick meet and greet and let you know any changes or any new information that come along. And it's always good so we can meet in person, so you can recognize us and we can recognize you. And we are a group, so we do want to keep everyone together. Then inshallah, we recommend you go ahead, you check in. And if you have family waiting at the airport, stick around with them, but please try to cross security before 12. The next time we will regroup together, inshallah, will be in Riyadh Airport. Go ahead, cross immigration. And once you're done crossing immigration, we will meet by the luggage carousel where you collect your luggages. From there, we will guide you how we move on to the domestic terminal. In our previous group, everyone got the luggages in Medina Airport, but just in case, we want to make sure if we need to collect the luggages, we can collect them, and we can because we are moving from a international to domestic flight, we want to make sure if that complication comes in, we can go ahead, collect our luggages, and just drop them off again so we can get it for our Medina flight, inshallah. So we do have to take a shuttle from the airport when we're moving from Riyadh Airport International Terminal to domestic. It's a quick under 5 minute shuttle. We hop on the shuttle, and there's only two stops. We get off at Terminal 1 and 2. It's one stop, and the second stop is Terminal 5. So all we do is we hop on the shuttle, we get off on the next stop, which is Terminal 5, and we can go ahead and go through security because we will get the boarding pass from JFK, inshallah. So basically, once you cross security, you can go ahead. If you like, you can wait by the gate. If you like, you can kind of roam around the airport, but make sure you're looking at the screens. They do frequently change the gates, and usually they don't give you the gate number for Riyadh Airport on the boarding pass. So just keep in mind, look at your flight number, inshallah, and look at the screens. And we will be posting in the group as well for any updates to happen and as we learn the information. So the next time we actually regroup after Riyadh will be in Medina Airport, inshallah, after we land. We land approximately 2:25 p.m. I'm expecting that we can hopefully, inshallah, get our luggages and we can regroup and be out of the airport by 3:15 to 3:30 approximately. It does take about an hour. We will have a bus waiting for us at Medina Airport, inshallah. We will regroup, we will hop on the bus, and we will go ahead and go to Medina. And it's about a half an hour to 45-minute ride from the airport to the hotel. And inshallah, once we reach at the hotel, we will get everyone checked in and settled in. And if there's anyone who is going there for the first time, we want to make sure we can quickly show you where Haram is so you can go and pray. And it is very close to the hotel. As soon as you come out of the hotel, everyone is going in the same direction. It's less than a 2 minute walk to get to Masjid Nawawi. So for anyone who wants to go ahead, as soon as we get there, they want to freshen up a little, and I'm predicting we're gonna get there before Maghrib, inshallah. We will be able to read Maghrib in Haram, inshallah. So this will be our first day. As we move along in Medina in Ramadan, normally we don't do sightseeing activities because it gets complicated. everyone is busy for prayers, and then the only resting time everyone gets is from Fajr to Zuhr. So the best time, unfortunately, is still right after Fajr to go for a historical tour on April 16th, inshallah. So we are arranging it right after Fajr, and we want it in a way where we can take you and bring you back as quickly as possible. We're trying to cut it under an hour, hopefully. So where we will take you to, inshallah, Masjid Quba. So you can go pray your 2 rakats over there and get virtue of a Umrah, inshallah. And we want to take you to the Shuhada site, Ohad, to go pay your respects to the martyrs over there. So those are the two tasks we want to do. Those are the two tasks we get virtues for during the sightseeing tours in Medina. So we want to make sure we cover those. And of course, if you would like to go on your own, you're more than welcome to do it. This activity is optional, but we want to make sure we have it available for the group just in case someone wants to go. So if even if there's one person that comes and hops on the bus, we will do this tour, inshallah. We will take you to Quba and to Shuhada site, and we will bring you back, inshallah. And then after the historical tour is done, this will be our last activity in Medina. Uh, the next activity will be actually our movement to Mecca, which is on the 19th of April, inshallah. So the expected departure is after Zohar. And of course, this is why we have the WhatsApp groups. Please, if you have not added any of your family members, we were sending the link to everyone, so you can share it with all the family members who are traveling. All they need to do is just click on the link, and they will be able to join the group. And we will post it in the group as well. Just as a reminder, we do want, if there's 4 people going in the family, we want all 4 people to be added. So if one person misses the notification, we have at least 3 other people, or 2 other people, or one other person in the family who can still take a look at the notification, and they can know what's going on and what's happening. And because trips, they always will have changes. We will never be exactly on schedule. We will always try, but we want to make sure everyone is at ease. So coming back to the schedule, so please do not buy your ihram from here. They're much cheaper in Medina. For 50, 60 reals, approximately 15 to $20, you will be able to get a pretty good quality ihram from Medina. And this you can do anytime throughout the trip. Just have it done before we move to Makkah, so this way you can wear your ihram from the hotel. We do save about 45 minutes on our trip on average by basically everyone just being within their ihram when we're leaving. So I do want everyone, inshallah, to wear their ihram. For the women, their regular clothing is their ihram. Don't make the intention, just wear the ihram. Once we reach Miqat, we will stop there. We will pray our 2 rakats, and we will make intention, inshallah, at Miqat. And then we will move ahead to Makkah. So if when you have your ihram on, we do want to make sure we can save that half an hour, 45 minutes that gets added onto the trip. And this is for ease for the entire group, not just easy for a couple of us. And it's going to be easy, inshallah, for the entire group. And we are traveling, so just in case, if someone is not fasting on the trip, we want to make sure we can make a quick food stop so you can eat some food on the route to Makkah, inshallah. And the expected arrival time also from Makkah, where we're aiming to get everyone to Makkah, inshallah, before Maghrib. Iftar is included in Makkah, so once you get there, inshallah, you can do some iftar. And our expected Umrah time, what we're trying to do is basically either around Taraweeh time, after Isha time, basically after midnight or a little bit before midnight is the expected time we're trying to do the Umrah. We do highly recommend, if you have done Umrah before, to go on your own and do Umrah, because in Ramadan, it's very, very crowded right now in Haram, and it's not going to be easy to do Umrah with the entire group together. I believe we do have a few people who, it's their first time going to Umrah. So inshallah, we will definitely, even if the whole group decides to go with us, it's not a problem. I'm just recommending it because the crowds are very heavy, and it's much easier to perform your Umrah individually rather than doing it with the group. So inshallah, we will be guiding you for the Umrah. These are things we can take care of in Saudi. Our main concern right now is to make sure everyone understands how the trip is moving and some of the technical stuff. We do depart from Makkah, inshallah, on the 23rd. Our flight is approximately 6:30, approximately 6:30 in the morning. We will be leaving right after midnight to inshallah Jeddah airport. Our goal is to get you there at least 3.5 4 hours before the flight, and so you can get home, and just in case you're having any issues, we're there, we're available, and we can resolve the issues. There are some news going around about PCR not being required for the way back. If we get an update on that, we will not do the return PCR for anyone. But if it's still required, or whatever the requirements may be, we will follow those protocols, and we will inshallah do the PCR on Friday morning. I believe it's Friday. We're leaving on Saturday morning on the way back. So on the 22nd morning, inshallah, we will be doing the PCRs for everyone within 24 hours of the flight time. So inshallah, we usually get the results in the evening, and we will hand them to you while you're getting on the bus, inshallah. And it's going to be a smooth trip, inshallah. But we just want to make sure everyone has an idea of how things are going to work out. I do want to have Sister Rahima kind of talk about the apps and the permits, because there are some complications on that end, and there are some things we can take care of over here, and some things we will take care of when we reach Saudi, inshallah. So, Sister Rahima, if you can shed some light on apps and permits, inshallah.
Yes. So I want to talk about a little bit about our tech needs while we're there, and then also hit on those apps and permits that we've been saying so much about. If you've ever been on Umrah before, you might not be familiar with the system actually. So whether this is your first trip going at all, or your first trip since after COVID, these technology needs are very new. They're part of the COVID protocols that have been put in place after they reopened post pandemic. So the first thing that I want to get by for everyone is that it is required for you to have a phone for every single family member. It sounds a little tedious, but the way it works is that if you don't have a phone for every single family member, you risk not having the access to whatever you need to get access to, whether it's foods, shops, mosque, really anything. So very, very important that you have a working phone for every single family member. Next, you need internet access. So this could be done one of two ways. Either you have an American SIM, right? And your plan here allows for data roaming. It has international data covered, right? So if you know that you have an international plan, and you can use it in Saudi Arabia, that's great. If you don't know but you would like to switch, you can definitely call your carrier and find out. But if you're like, no, I don't want to have an international plan from here, there is a second option for you, and that's to buy a local Saudi SIM once you get to Saudi Arabia. The main point being, you definitely need internet access when you're there throughout your trip, and hotel Wi-Fi doesn't cut it, right? You need internet while you're out and about, so you definitely want to make sure you're connected and you have a working phone. Now, getting to those apps that you've been hearing so much about, we've got two apps. I know I've shared it in the group as well, but just to refresh everyone's memory, and for those of us who are new, the first app is called Tawakkalna. Tawakkalna is basically an app that lets the person who's checking your phone and your application know that you are free of COVID, you're immune, you're vaccinated, you're good to go, and this helps you get into the places you need to get into. I have the links up both in the group and in the slides for you to download that, whether you have iPhone, Android, Google phone, whatever. And basically you can download that from here, but you're not going to be able to make the account and set it up till you're in the kingdom. So you should definitely be downloading it here. I do not recommend waiting till the last minute to do that, because right now you have a stable internet connection, so you can get it done. Sometimes when you're traveling, you're abroad, the internet connection, even if you have it, it might not be that good for downloading. So just get it done now when you can do it. And then hold off on making that account till we get there. The second app is called Itmarna. Itmarna is basically the app which is used to schedule permits for any sort of worship that we need to be permitted to do. So if you've ever done Umrah before, it's usually, you put your ihram and you go, and whenever you feel like it, you go down to Haram and you make Umrah. It's not like that anymore. In order to do Umrah, to visit the Roda, to even to make Tawaf, you need to have an app. You need to have, sorry, a permit in the app. So you basically make an account on the app and you are able to see the timings in which you're allowed to go. You apply for a permit, you get the permit, and then you go to the certain ibadah, whether it's Umrah, whether it's Roda, at the timing that you've been given, right? So my your action steps right now should be: one, to download Tawakkalna; two, to download Itmarna. And the thing with Itmarna, you can actually go ahead and make your account right away. You do not have to wait. So you could put in your information. We're going to send some more steps for that in the group as well. So really important that you're in that WhatsApp group. The link is in the chat as well right now. So you will download Itmarna, you'll make your account with them, and once your account is made, you'll see you're actually able to apply for permits. Go ahead and apply for permits for the timing that best suits you. For Roda, and according to what your trip and your needs will look like. You obviously have the schedule now, so you know where we will be at which days. But one thing I will say with those permits is please, please, please make sure you take a time that you know works for you. Don't take, a 12 p.m. slot, or sorry, 12 a.m. slot if you know I sleep at that time. Don't take it after Fajr slot if you might not be able to make it, because once you miss a permit, it is extremely hard. It's more or less impossible to get in without one. They will not let you in, and once it's missed, it's missed. It's void. It's canceled. And the way that the current restrictions are, if you miss, your Umrah permit, you can't get another one for the next 10 days. Anyone who performs Umrah once, they cannot perform another one for the next 10 days. That's the current protocol from the government. If they change it, we'll definitely be monitoring it, and that's how this entire situation is going really with that, monitoring as the government makes certain changes. We monitor that for you and let you know. But you know to wait would not be the smart and efficient thing to do, to wait to download this and make an account. I know people who have waited to the last minute, and guess what? They get to Medina and they're not able to get rolled up permits. Last trip we had something similar happen where we're in Medina and the government themselves have restricted the amount of women permits that are available, right? And so some women actually didn't even get to make it to the Roda. So before even getting to that point, I'd say download the app, make your account, look for the permits as they come out, right? And obviously, these COVID protocols, they're definitely changing every day. They're not set in stone. It is a developing situation. Anything that comes, it's really not coming from us, me or Brother Harun or anyone here at Ain Haramain. It's 100% coming from the Saudi government, and we're just passing that information on to you. But yeah, currently, if you visit the Roda once, you cannot visit again for the next 30 days. Or rather, I should say, if you've made a permit to go to the Roda, whether you make that permit or not, you cannot go again for the next 30 days. If you've made an Umrah permit, whether you've done Umrah on that permit or not, you cannot make another Umrah permit for the next 10 days. Tawaf is a lot easier. You can make it a couple of them a day and you could go on them. Brother Harun, would you like to cover a little bit more on the protocols that are running around right now? Uh-oh, technical difficulties. We can't hear you.
Yes, my apologies. Was having some issues with unmuting. So basically, the current COVID protocols, I mentioned a couple of them. I'm just going to recap. Going from here to Saudi Arabia, we are not required to get any testing done. We just go ahead to the airport, we hop onto the flight. And in the flights, basically airport and in the flight, we are required to wear the mask. Even during transit, we are still required to wear a mask. And then when we arrive in Medina, you are required to wear a mask in Haram. Social distancing is they weren't doing it, but rules change all of a sudden in Saudi Arabia. So just be prepared. And inshallah, like I said, when we're transporting everyone on our buses, they're private buses, so we can choose to wear a mask or not to wear a mask. That's completely up to you. But when you're in Haram, you are required to wear a mask. Any indoor places you're going to, you are required to wear a mask. On the way back, inshallah, we will, as of right now, US is requiring us to get a PCR test within 24 hours of travel. So inshallah, if that is still required, we will get that done. Inshallah, we will take care of it on our end. But if it's not required, then we will skip that process. So as things develop, we will be following all protocols accordingly. Last couple of groups, we did have some issues. They were not letting anyone bring back Zamzam. So I highly, highly, highly recommend please use the time you have over there to enjoy as much Zamzam as possible, inshallah. Other than that, those are the basic COVID protocols they have right now over there. And of course, if any changes happen, we will be available and we will be updating you. And then emphasizing on the WhatsApp group once more, that's why that group is there. So we can give you instant updates on everything that's going on. We can let you know if there's a delay somewhere. Sometimes where we just have the bus stopped and there's one person missing, we would ask them just to basically we have a few people missing, please come back to the bus, because the buses are separated as per groups. So it just makes life so much easier. And I just wanted to touch on one more thing that Sister Rahima was talking about. If you do plan to get a SIM in Saudi, just make sure you have an unlocked phone, because that's another expense that will incur once you reach in Saudi to actually pick up a phone as well too. So if you have a phone with your carrier, most of them are usually unlocked. So if it's not unlocked, you can talk to your carrier and make sure it gets unlocked, inshallah. But just keep in mind, unlocked phone is required for the trip if you plan to get your SIM card in Saudi. And if you plan to use your US phone, it's okay. You can use it. Just make sure you have roaming. You will need to get text messages as well, not just the data. You need text messages and data. So a combination of both of those things will help you with the applications, inshallah, because a lot of the times they send you a code in order to activate those apps. But data is definitely important, just so you're getting all the updates and seeing what's going on, inshallah. And I do want to open it up for Q&A, inshallah, and I just want to remind everyone, we want to take questions based on the information that we're providing today, inshallah, because there are a few things that we will cover in Saudi as well. We're more focused right now on what we need to do before we get on the trip. And just on the apps, before I open it up for Q&A, we do have a few visas that are still pending, and those visas do need to be done before we can start jumping on the app. For the Umrah visas, we have a few people on Umrah visas. Their visas, inshallah, will be done on Monday or Tuesday. For all the tourist visas, inshallah, they will be issued by tonight, inshallah. So if anyone needs help with the Atamanna, we will be posting a few slides just to show you how to do it. It's very simple. You just put in your visa number, your passport number. It requires you to put in an email, a phone number, and just to make a password in there, and that's all you need to do. And everything gets linked, and you can go in and we can work with you individually to get your applications. And of course, we will be at the airport as well for anyone that still needs help with those things. We will be there available, inshallah, ready to help you. So I want to just ask Mr. Rahima if you have anything else you want to mention before we open up for Q&A, and we can have a quick Q&A before we end the meeting, inshallah.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, the biggest and most important thing is really to be in that WhatsApp group. I've also thrown the QR code up there in case you're on a computer and want to still join from your phone. You can just scan that and you'll be in. And I just want to add in that that's the place where you're going to be getting all of your communication from, whether it's the how-to guide on how to do Umrah, be sent in there, any sort of updates to the schedule, or like how Brother Harun has said, like anytime someone's running late or anything like that, you'll be in there. So please, please, please make sure to have that group, be part of that group, and also have that so that you're getting the notifications right away and that you're monitoring it, inshallah.
Thank you. So inshallah, let's open it up for Q&A. If someone wants to type it in the chat, they're more than welcome to do it. If someone wants to hop on audio and ask a question, we will be taking questions, inshallah.
Seems like there's
Insha-
no questions. Is everyone? I think everyone should be able to unmute themselves, so it should not be a problem. Yeah. If you want to go ahead
Can
and
I
unmute
ask you a
yourself.
question?
Yeah.
Is it possible you can send this recording on WhatsApp?
This
We will
recording will be
be,
available on WhatsApp, exactly.
inshallah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Brother Umar, you have a question? You could just unmute yourself.
I have a question about the fasting. How we gonna do the fasting during the trips? If we're going flight, if the flight is on 13th. So what time we're gonna be start breaking start or breakfast, and what time gonna be our? Is there any arrangement for the breakfast in the plane?
So usually Saudi airline, they do give you boxes when you're getting onto the plane if you're fasting. It has some dates and some water and stuff like that. And by the time they serve dinner, it basically fast has already opened. So I do recommend still, depending on your appetite, like to keep maybe a water bottle, or if you require, if you eat a lot of food during your breaking fast, just grab some food from the airport. But the airline does give you some light food before they serve dinner for anyone who needs to break their fast.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Sister Rahima said that after we download the app, we could choose what time is best for us. But Brother Harun, you also said that we're gonna do everything together for people who's first time. So I just wanted to know what time should we select so we don't.
We will post the time inshallah in the group. We have some pending visas for today. The majority of the people will be done by tonight. So we will post the time inshallah. And just keep in mind when we post the time, it's not set in stone. We do sometimes require you to kind of cancel the permit. You can cancel the permit a certain time before, and then you can redo a new time. So we will give everyone a time inshallah. We are expecting to do Umrah, inshallah, between 11 and 1. So we will grab a permit time around that time, inshallah.
Yes, so what I understand is we once we go ahead and sign up for the app, we don't select any time. We wait for until you post it on the app.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
Unless you're doing Umrah on your own.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
My question is that last time we went on the Umrah, there was ground staff available for, all these apps and taking appointment for Umrah and Tawaf and Roza. Is it available this time too?
Yes, inshallah, it is available this time too. I don't think the app assistance will be needed as much as in the previous trips, because one of the major things that was happening was they had salam permits open for the men. So they can go daily. So salam permits are gone for the men. They can just go and do their salam. Roda permits are only once in 30 days. And your Umrah permits is only once in 10 days. And then Tawaf permits, we're still waiting on an update, whether it's one daily or one every few days. We're still waiting on an update on that. But the assistance is not as much needed as it was previously. So there are no permits required for prayer, but of course we will have our staff available, inshallah.
So the other thing is that the Tawaf is available, can be done in the Mataf, or it should be done on?
No. In the previous trip, when they were allowing Umrah daily, especially for the women, they were just taking out a Umrah permit, and they were just going in the Mataf area to do their tawaf, because they cannot really tell if you're in ihram or not. But officially, it's supposed to be from the second floor for tawaf.
And for that, we don't need permission, or do we?
You do need permits for tawaf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
give us till tomorrow, inshallah. We will post the update on the tawaf. I believe it's still one a day. There was no update posted by basically there are a couple of channels that from official Saudi government, they post a few updates here and there. So I'm gonna go see if there's any updates on that, inshallah.
And for Rosa, we will you will make appointment, or we will personally
No,
ourselves?
we will. If you have your etamanna already done, I recommend, because they're running Ramadan in a very weird way right now. They completely make the permits disappear. Then all of a sudden they're available. Then they're disappeared for the same dates. So they're still not decided on how many permits they want to open. So it's kind of like I highly recommend, if you already have your Etamanna active, go on it and try to get your permits from right now for the Roda
Yes,
especially.
Jazakallah khair.
For women only, there's a lot of complications when it comes for the women permits for the Roda. We did have some complications in the last trip where they started social distancing and they took out all the permits for the women. So if any policy comes from the Saudi government like that, we don't really have any control over it. So Umrah, they made it super easy, but basically the Roda for the women, it is still a little bit tough.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, inshallah.
Question. I know you spoke about the importance of having a internet when we get there. So for people who's planning to buy a SIM card when we get there, does it come with internet? Do we
So
have to?
approximately, by the way, at the airport, I highly recommend using a credit card because going to the exchange, it takes hours sometimes. There's huge lines. All major credit cards are accepted. So approximately for $40, you get 1,500 minutes, 25 GB data, and I think they give you some text as well on that. So that's the package they will most probably sell you at the airport. I think it's a pretty decent package, especially if you need a lot of data. But if you need something basic, I think they do have stuff a little bit cheaper than that.
So you
Okay.
said about Umrah that Umrah to get Umrah permit, group Umrah permit, wait for your instructions up till tomorrow, right?
Tonight, inshallah. If you have done Umrah before, I highly recommend going on your own, especially in Ramadan. In regular season, it's haram's empty. We all go as a group, and basically, once everyone's done with tawaf, we regroup in one place, then we go to Safa Marwa together. But Ramadan is not as easy as regular season.
So we will reach to Makkah on April 19th, right?
On 19th, approximately before Maghrib or maybe at Maghrib time, inshallah.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So if there aren't any more questions, inshallah, we would like to close off the meeting. A recording will be available, inshallah, to everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.